ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
So next we are in the chapter vectors. So mainly important basic chapter, basic. Without knowing these topics we can't do anything in the mechanics or anything. So that is we discussed about addition of vectors, graphical method, and to find out the angle between the vectors. Next, how can you find out the direction of the vector? So before going this direction, first we have to know what is the position vector. First we have to know about this position vector. Without knowing this, can't find out the direction of the vector. First, what is the position vector? Position in the sense, so position vector indicates the exact position and location of the point in the given coordinate system. Position vector gives the exact position vector gives the exact position of the point with respect to given coordinate system or with respect to the given point, whatever it is. So that is called position vector. It gives the exact position and direction also. So for example, I am standing here. So this is a room of 3 dimension. Let us say this is along x axis and that is along y axis, and upward is considered as z axis. X, y and z. So I am standing here like this. So that is considered as the origin. The corner is considered as the origin. So generally the vector in the 2 dimension or 3 dimension we have. Now we are discussing about 3 dimensional vector. So x axis, y axis as well as z axis. That we have to calculate now. So for example, that is the corner is considered as the origin of the coordinate system. So this is x axis and that is y axis, and vertically upward is considered as the z axis. So now I am standing here. Now we have to find out the location of my location. I have to find out my location with respect to the corner or origin. So that means along x axis I have some magnitude. So this is my position. I am standing here. Along x axis I have some position, let us say 2 meters. Along y axis I have some position. Along z axis I have some position. What is my height? That is the z axis. Whatever is my height, that is the z component of height, z component of position. X component, y component and z component. X component is horizontal, y component is like this, and z component is upwards. So I have 3-dimensional topic. Along x axis I have some magnitude, along y axis I have some magnitude, along z axis I have some magnitude. So how can you represent my position? How can you find out my position exactly? Means along x axis let us say 3 meters, along y axis let us say 1 meter, along z axis my height I don't know. So that is the 3-dimensional. So along x axis I have some magnitude, along y axis, along z axis also I have some magnitude. So the combination of these three gives, the representation of these three gives position vector. So how can you calculate according to the we discussed about addition of vectors, analytical graphical method. Starting second vector must be starts from the final point of the first vector. Here we are considering 3. So let us say x axis, y axis and z axis. X and z. First vector is along or first vector start from origin O. This is x. And second vector must be start from the final point of the first vector. So from x, let us say it is y. Third vector must be starts from the final point of the second vector, that is z. The line joining the starting point of the first vector and ending point of the third vector gives the position vector. So that is the position vector. But so to find out the position vector, we must require some origin, or with respect to what? So I am defining my position. So x axis 2 meters, y axis 1 meter, z axis certain amount of height. With respect to what? Origin. So that means to define position vector, the reference point is compulsory. Without reference point, we can't define position vector. That is very important point. Very important point. So that's must. Reference point is must. For example, okay. For example, with respect to India map, we have to locate with respect to India map, how can we locate the position of this Hyderabad Pragati Nagar? How can you locate the point? With respect to India map, where we are starting from? India map. First we have to find out India map. In that India map, next come to the state, Telangana state. Next city, Hyderabad city. Next Pragati Nagar. So that is first India map, next Telangana state, in that Hyderabad city, Pragati Nagar. So with respect to what we are locating this Pragati Nagar? With respect to what? With respect to India map. This is important. That reference point is important to find out the position vector. Without that reference point, no meaning of that position vector. So what is the position of Pragati Nagar with respect to India? So that means India. Next come to in that India, Telangana is one of the state. In that Telangana, Hyderabad is the city capital. In that Hyderabad, let us say it is Pragati Nagar. That is the situation. So this is the position vector. This is where to find out the position. So here we have 3-dimensional coordinate system. X axis, y axis and z axis. So it is not possible to represent z axis on the board 3-dimensionally. So here not possible to represent y axis, z axis on the board. So for our consideration, so got the clarity here? To represent the position vector, some reference point is compulsory. What is that reference? With respect to what we are defining? That is compulsory. So here, come to the point. So let us say this is x, y and z axis. So this is x axis and this is y axis and this is z axis. X axis, y axis and z axis. These are the 3 representations. Now I am that means these 3, remember that 3 axes, x, y and z. 3 axes. So this is the origin. Now I am representing the vector in 3-dimensional. So I am representing, let us say this A bar is the vector. In 3-dimensional coordinate system. So this A bar is having certain magnitude along x axis and certain magnitude along y axis and certain magnitude along z axis. Definitely, no doubt about that. This is the A bar. So this is the A bar. This A bar is having certain magnitude along x axis, certain magnitude along y axis and certain magnitude along z axis. Definitely, compulsory it must have. So here, so let us say this is the representation of A bar with respect to what? With respect to origin. This is the origin. So that means this A bar is having certain magnitude along x axis. Let us say certain magnitude along x axis is A suffix x. Certain magnitude along y axis is AY. Certain magnitude along z axis is AZ. What is AX? Magnitude of the vector A bar along x axis. What is AY? Magnitude of the vector A bar along y axis. What is AZ? Magnitude of A bar along z axis. See here, we discussed. I am standing here. If you draw the vector from origin to my head, corner to my head, that represent my position. If you draw the vector from the corner of the room to my head, this vector, this line indicates my position with respect to origin. That means along x axis, along y axis, along z axis. I have 3 dimensionals: x axis, y axis and z axis. So in the same way, here this is the vector A bar, certain magnitude along x axis, certain magnitude along y axis, certain magnitude along z axis. Right? So that is the situation. So what is the position vector gives? So this AX is the magnitude. What is the direction? Into unit vector. If A is the magnitude of the vector, how can you represent with this? How can you represent it is in the vector? Into A cap. A cap indicates what? Unit vector. A cap indicates unit vector. So the magnitude into A cap indicates vector. So that means the previously we discussed A bar gives magnitude of A bar into A cap. The magnitude of A bar is, let us say, A into A cap. So A bar represented as A into A cap. What is A? Magnitude. A cap, direction. A is the magnitude and A cap is the direction. In the same way, here AX is the magnitude. AX is the magnitude. What is the direction? Into unit vector. What is the unit vector along x axis? We already discussed. Unit vector along x axis is I cap. Unit vector along y axis is j cap. Unit vector along z axis is k cap. So that's why into unit vector I cap indicates the vector ay into j cap, az into k cap. That is the vector representation. So the AX is the magnitude along x axis into unit vector gives its direction. That means AXI is the vector, AYJ is the vector, AZK is the vector. So now based on this, A bar can be written as, from this A bar can be written as, how can you represent the A bar? A bar can be written as A bar is equals to AXI cap plus AYJ cap plus AZK cap. That is the exact vector representation. In mathematical point of view, what is the exact vector representation? A bar is equals to AXI plus AYJ plus AZK. AXI plus AYJ plus AZK. So this is the vector representation. So that means, so this is the first vector AXI. So second vector AYJ can be represented like this. Third vector AZK represent like this. So addition of these three. See here. So my position I am saying. This is the x axis. Second vector starts from the x point, y axis. Third vector starts from the z axis. First vector, of course second vector like this, but for our convenience I am drawing from x. And third vector from y like this. Line joining this gives resultant. That's why A bar is equals to AXI plus AYJ plus AZK. A bar is equals to AXI plus AYJ plus AZK. AXI plus AYJ plus AZK. This is the resultant of A bar. This is the original vector. A vector in 3 dimensions. What is I, J, K? What are I, J, K? Unit vectors along x axis, y axis and z axis. unit vectors along x axis, y axis and z axis. So from this we can write, how can you calculate the magnitude of the vector? The magnitude of the vector can be represented as under root ax square plus ay square plus az square. If the vector is in the form of, if the any given vector is in the form of axi plus ayj plus azk, any vector is in the form of this position, then how can you find out the magnitude of the vector? Magnitude of the vector can be written as ax whole square plus ay whole square plus az whole square. This is the magnitude of the vector. This is the way to find out the magnitude. So this is next. So, and one more point, it is magnitude of the vector never be negative. Magnitude of the vector never be negative. Magnitude of the vector never, always it must be the positive. Always it must be positive. So that's why magnitude of the vector never be negative. So here if we get minus I, that means the vector must be in the negative x axis. If it is minus y, the vector must be in the negative y axis. If it is in the minus k, the vector must be in the negative z axis, like that. Plus I in the sense positive x axis, minus I in the sense negative x axis, plus j positive y axis, minus j negative y axis, plus k positive z axis, minus k negative z axis, like that. Very, very important. For example, here if the vector is a bar is equals to axi cap minus ayj cap plus azk cap, let us say it is the given vector like this. How can you calculate the magnitude of the vector? A is equals to under root ax whole square plus minus ay whole square plus az whole square. Minus whole square becomes plus. Minus whole square becomes plus. That's why magnitude of the vector never be negative. Magnitude of the vector never be negative. What is the negative sign indicates here? What is the negative sign indicates? That vector must be in the negative y axis. If it is negative, that vector must be in the negative x axis, like that. 3 dimensions and anything x minus x, y minus y, z minus z, that's all. Vector representation must be in these 3 dimensions only. X minus x, y minus y, z minus z, that's all. Next. So this is the position vector, exact way to represent the position vector. So next, here if a bar is equals to given as 2i minus 3j plus 4k, let us say, find the magnitude of the vector. Find the magnitude of vector. That is, magnitude of a bar is equals to, what is the formula? Ax square. If the vector is in the form of axi plus ayj plus azk, magnitude is ax square plus ay square plus az square. So that is under root ax is 2, ay is minus 3 whole square plus 4 square. So that is equals to 4 plus 9 plus 16. So under root 29. So that is the magnitude of the vector. This is the way to find out the magnitude. This is the way to find out the magnitude. Next, here same vector, find the magnitude in xy plane. The same vector must be represented like this. Find the magnitude in xy plane. Xy plane means what are the two components? X axis means I cap, y axis means j cap. No need to consider k cap. Here what we have to find out? Find the magnitude of the vector in xy plane. Find the magnitude of the vector in xy plane. So that's why here only we have to consider a bar is equals to 2i minus 3j, only we have to consider. We must consider only 2i minus 3j. No need to consider 4k, because Magnitude of the vector in xy plane only we have to find out. That is important. So, magnitude of A bar can be written as under root 2 whole square plus minus 3 whole square, square root of 4 plus 9 under root 13. That's all. So, in the same way, find magnitude in YZ plane, let us say. Find the magnitude in YZ plane. YZ plane means, so let us say A bar is equals to YZ means we have to consider J and K, minus 3J plus 4K. Only we have to consider those two because Y means J cap, Z means K cap. So, magnitude of A bar is equals to under root minus 3 whole square plus 4 square. So, that is equals to 9 plus 16 under root 25. So, that is equals to 5. So, this is the way to find out the magnitude in different situations. How can you calculate magnitude in different ways? So, next. So, next situation here. Here, direction cosines. Next thing is direction cosines. How can we calculate the direction cosines? Direction cosines. Here, for example, we have to consider 3-dimensional plane. So, x axis, y axis and z axis, x, y and z axis. Let us say this is the vector A bar. If the vector A bar makes an angle alpha with x axis and the vector beta with y axis and gamma with z axis, A bar makes an angle alpha with x axis and A bar makes an angle beta with y axis and A bar makes an angle gamma with z axis. So, A bar makes an angle alpha with x axis, beta with y axis, gamma with z axis. That means, see here, the situation is like this. So, the situation is like this one. This is x, y and z axis, x, y and z axis. This is the vector A bar. This vector A bar makes certain angle with x axis, angle with y axis, angle with z axis. See here, this is the 3-dimensional plane, x axis, y axis and z axis, and this is the vector A bar 3-dimensionally. It is not possible to represent it on the board here. So, that is why, see here, this is the A bar. This A bar makes certain angle with x axis alpha and here with certain angle with beta, angle with y axis, angle with z axis is gamma. So, that is. So, from this here, so x component is, let us say Ax, y component is Ay, z component is Az. So, from this we can write cos alpha is equals to Ax by modulus of A bar. Magnitudes, angle is magnitude generally. So, this is the vector A bar. Here I am writing this is the x axis, A making an alpha, cos theta formula, adjacent side by hypotenuse. Here for these three axes the hypotenuse is only this one. This is the hypotenuse. Cos alpha can be written as adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So, what is the adjacent side here? Ax. In the same way, cos beta can be written as Ay divided by modulus of A bar. Cos beta can be written as Ay divided by modulus of A bar. Next, in the same way, cos gamma can be written as Az by modulus of A bar. So, cos alpha this one, this one, this one. Right? Cos alpha, adjacent side by hypotenuse, adjacent side by hypotenuse, adjacent side by hypotenuse. See here, this is the adjacent side, cos alpha, hypotenuse, adjacent side, hypotenuse, adjacent side, hypotenuse, for everything it is. So cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Next, I am writing here cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma, that is equals to cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. So that means ax by modulus of a whole square plus ay by modulus of a whole square plus az by modulus of a whole square. So from this, denominator is same, modulus of a square. So this can be written as ax square plus ay square plus az square. Here the vector a bar can be represented as, here a bar is equals to axi plus ayj plus azk. A bar is equals to axi plus ayj plus azk. So from this, magnitude of a bar can be written as under root ax whole square plus ay whole square plus az whole square. X whole square plus ay whole square plus az whole square. So from this, ax square plus ay square plus az square divided by modulus of a square is same, ax square plus ay square plus az square, that is equals to 1. So therefore, cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equals to 1. Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equals to 1. So that's why here cos alpha, if this relation holds good, cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equals to 1 holds good, then cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called direction cosines, Cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called the direction cosines. So this is one. So these are the direction cosines. So this is the original vector a bar, makes an angle alpha with x axis, beta with y axis, gamma with z axis. Now we are calculating cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Now I am doing cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma. Finally we got it is 1. So that's why it is, what is that? It is the cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called the direction cosines. So this is the concept of direction cosines. So next, here cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equals to 1. This can be written as cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to 1 according to trigonometry. Cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to 1. Then from this we can write 1 minus sin square alpha plus 1 minus sin square beta plus 1 minus sin square gamma equals to 1. 1 plus 1, 3. 3 minus of sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma equals to 1. So that means 3 minus 1 is equals to sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma. So from this we can write sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma equals to 2. If cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma equals to 1, then sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma equals to 2. So this is about direction cosines. This is the way to find out direction cosines. So direction cosines means cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma are called the direction cosines. So this is next. Close.